welcome to More Math Homework Help. I am Miss Moore, and I am here to help you with your math homework. It is Tuesday at 7:30, and every Tuesday at 7:30, I am here to help you. So whether you're watching on YouTube or TikTok, I want you on YouTube to put your questions, any math questions you have, I want you to put it in the comments. And on TikTok, any math questions you have, I want you to put it in the Q&A box, okay? And then as we go along, I will take a look at your questions. My moderators will alert me when you have a question, and we will go like that. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to share my screen. Okay. And don't be shy. If y'all got a math question, make sure I'll answer it. All right, so today, let's talk about adding integers. Okay, so integer rules are things, so integers are going to follow you from middle school through high school through college. So if you don't have these rules down, you're in trouble, okay? So here it is. Let's say we have -9 plus 5, okay? -9 plus 5. So we have, let's say the blue are negative, right? So 9 negative chips and 5 positive chips. Let's say nice and sunny, 5 positive chips. Okay. Now, what happens is when a negative and positive chip gets together, they cancel each other out, okay? They kill each other off, okay? One negative, one positive, right? So we call those zero pairs, okay? So when I have one negative and one positive together, they cancel each other out. So we're going to take out all the zero pairs. So we have 1 0 pair, 2, 3, and then we have this yellow and that blue, this yellow and that blue. So what are we left with? I'm left with 1, 2, 3, 4 negative chips, right? So -9 plus 5 is a -4. Okay, there were more negative chips than positive chips. We had to take away all the zero pairs. So that's why it looks like we're subtracting, because those negatives and positives, those zero pairs got together. And yeah, so now let's do it again. Now that you have that picture. I can't see. Okay. And moderators, just let me know when there's a question, okay? All right, 7 plus -8. 7 plus -8. So I have 7 positives and 8 negatives. How many zero pairs will I have? Okay, so 7 of these positives, I remember, positives were yellow. 7 of these positive chips are going to cancel out with 7 of the negative chips. Okay, so we have 8 negatives. And so watch this. I have those zero pairs. All right. So let's take out those zero pairs. When a negative and positive chip gets together, it is 0. So we have, let's circle all of our zero pairs. All of this that I'm circling equals 0. They cancel each other out. All of this equals 0. And because all of this equals 0, 0 is nothing, I am left with 1 negative chips. There were more negatives than positives. So it's going to be a -1. So when I add positives and negatives together, we have to take away those zero pairs. So we're really subtracting, and then whichever one there was more of, that's the sign of your answer. So if there's more negatives, your answer is going to be negative. If this was 17, right, there would be more positive, so your answer would be positive. All right. Okay, any questions, moderators?
Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody asked, can you do linear equation?
Okay. Hello, guys. Okay. Linear equations like, let's see. Oh, let me use a different color. Can y'all see that color on the screen? Like slope, what part of linear equation? I just need you to be a little bit more specific for me, okay? So like y equals 2x plus 5. Is it like solving systems of equation? Because we also have like 4y equals 8. So I just need you to be a little bit more specific for me offline, okay? All right, oops. Okay, I saw a question about, I'm gonna, while you figure out if they're still in here, while you figure out what linear equations you want me to do, I'm just gonna keep going with adding until we go with that. Okay. And then also there was another question. What did it say?
It was, can a log be canceled by this?
Log be canceled by.
Awesome.
Okay. Give me a second to look into that. All right. Could you give an example of factoring quadratics? All right, let's do that one. They just put that in there. Mm-hmm. All right. And who was that? NFL. I'm coming back to your question. Don't worry. Okay. So an example of factoring quadratics. So you mean like something like that. No, minus. It wouldn't be that. Okay, like factoring that, Jado, and that equals 0. Okay. So to factor this, right, we split the x squared. So one of these will have, so here's how we factor. One will have an x, the other will have an x. And then we take the number 5, okay? This is the number you're going to multiply. So you're going to take two numbers that multiply by 5. That's going to give you a positive 5. So what are your factors of 5? What two numbers can I multiply that will give you 5? 1 and 5. Okay. Now, when I add them together, I need to get a negative 6. Okay. So 1 plus 5 is going to give me positive 6. Okay. But negative 1 plus negative 5 is going to give me a negative 6. And also negative 1 times negative 5 is going to give me this positive 5. Okay, so you're really seeing what two numbers, when I multiply together, will give me a positive 5. And when I add them together, is going to give me a negative 6. Okay, so this one is multiplying, this one is adding. And there's only two numbers that you can multiply that would give you 5. So it's just a little bit easier. And like I said, they both have to be negative so that when you multiply it, it can come out positive. And when you add it, it comes out negative. So that would be an example of factoring. Okay. Let me know if that helped. All right, let me go back. An example is 3x plus 2 is more than or equal to 5x minus 4 equals 3 minus, oh, new example. Okay, 3 minus 5 times 2x plus 1 equals 2x. Okay, let's try it. All right, so linear equation. Okay, that helped. Good. So here's your example offline. 3 minus 5 times 2x plus 1 equals 2x. Okay. So this would be what we would call a, what do we call it? Multi-step equation. Okay. So the goal is to move all of your x's to one side and have all of your numbers on the other side. Okay. So you can do this two ways. We can distribute this. A number that's right next to the parentheses, that is multiplication. So we're going to take this -5 and multiply it by everything in the parentheses. So -5 times 2x, we're going to get a -10x. -5 times 1 is going to be a -5. Okay. And now let's combine our like terms. We have 3 and -5. Okay. And 3 minus 5 is going to be -2. Okay. Bring that minus 10x down because we haven't used it yet. And we have 2x. And now let's move this x over to the other side. So plus 10x. So to move it, we have to do the opposite, which is adding. So to get rid of this minus 10 and move it, we're going to add. Okay, and also let me know if I'm going too fast for you, okay? Okay. And so we have, bring down that -2, and that equals 12x. Okay. So now we got to get rid of this 12 so that x can be on one side and all of the numbers on the other side. All right. So side by side, we multiply. 12x is 12 times x. The opposite of multiplication is division. So we're going to divide both sides of the equal sign by 12. Okay. Now we're dividing. A fraction bar can also represent division. So I'm sure you've seen your teachers write it like this. Okay. And so I'm going to pull this up a little bit higher. You can reduce this. 2 can go into both of these. So 2 divided by 2 is 1. 12 divided by 2 is 6. Don't forget that negative. And x equals -1, 6. Okay. So the hardest part about this, probably that distributive property and then combining everything. You could have also, just to show you, you could have done that 3 minus 5 first. It's still, let me just see if it would have given you the right answer. Probably not. Never mind. All right, just leave it. So just do what I did. So multiply first. We'll follow PEMDAS. Multiply first, and then combine your like terms. All right. Let me know if that helped you offline. And let me know if there's, I can do another example for you. Just let me know, okay? Let me see. Thank you, SP. Okay. Let me know when offline responds. Is there anybody else with a question? Okay. Josh, or one of you, can you look up that base question? Okay. Is NFL still in here? Oh, they are. Okay. Can a log, let me look that up. Can a log be canceled by a base? Give me an example. I just need more context, NFL. Just give me an example of Okay, I'll do another example offline. Okay. But NFL, can you give me a little bit more context and tell me what are you doing, calculus or pre-cal? Because I only go up to pre-cal, so just let me know. Okay. Oh, it's algebra 2. Okay. So let's do 5 plus 4 times x minus, let's do 2x minus 5 equals, I have no idea what this is going to be. I'm just making it up. Oh, thank you, Janya. Thank you. That's so sweet. I hope I said your name right. I'm sorry if I didn't. Okay. So offline, again, our goal is to have all of the x's on one side and then all of the numbers on the other side. So in this case, I see that my biggest x is going to be on the left. So I like to bring the smaller x to the other side. Okay. So I'm going to be trying to move some numbers this way. All right. So first things first, I like to get rid of these parentheses. So you can just go straight over right here. So we're going to start with the distributive property. 4 times everything in the parentheses. So I'm going to bring this 5 down just so I don't forget about it. 4 times 2x is 8x. 4 times negative 5 is negative 20. Okay, so far so good. Now, again, combine your like terms. I see a 5 and I see a negative 20. I can combine it. 5 plus negative 20, we talked about this before. 5 of those negatives are going to cancel out with 5 positives, and I'm going to have leftover 15 negatives. Okay, plus 8x equals x plus 3. All right, it's looking a little prettier, kind of, sort of. Okay, so now I'm going to move this negative 15 over near the 3, and I'm going to move this x to the left side. Okay, so let's do it one at a time. To get rid of this positive x, I'm going to subtract x. Okay, and so on this side, I have x, 8x minus x is 7x. Remember, there's a 1 here, even though I don't see it. We have negative 15 plus 7x equals 3. Now, let's go up a little bit higher. Y'all can still see this. Okay. Now I want to get rid of this negative 15 to move it to the right side. I'm going to split my equation again. All right. So we have plus 15. And we're going to get 7x equals 18. I know it's going to come out ugly. I just made it up off the top of my head. Hey, Dean. And then we have to solve for x, divide by 7 on both sides. And x equals 18/7. You can leave it like that. You can turn it into a mixed number if you want to, but we can leave it. X equals 18/7. Okay, so again, the hardest part is just getting started, but doing that distributive property first and combining your like terms. So just we focused for the first 3 steps, we focused just on the left side. We wanted to clean it up a little bit so that we just had one x right here. We got it all the way down to this point, so that we had one x and one number, just like on the right side. Then we were able to move the x's over to one side and move the numbers over to the other side so that we could finally solve it. Okay, so let me know if that helped you. Offline. All right, so Any other questions? Put all your math questions in there, y'all. Okay. 10. Ooh, it's been so long since I did logs. Yeah, so sweet. Okay. You mean like, hold on. Because I do want to answer this question. Oh, yay. I'm so glad it helped. Where were you getting stuck on it? Let me know so I can answer. Can I borrow one of your phones? Did y'all look it up? Okay. So log base 10. I just have to see it. Okay, I'm refreshing my memory real quick on the logs NFL. Bear with me. Okay, if anything, you can show a log question that, okay, have to simplify. Okay, so I'm just going to, well, first let me show you the example. So when log has a base of 10, that's when it will cancel out, okay? So let me just give you that. When I get home, can you help? Yes, I can, Dean. Okay, so log 10 to the 2x equals -2. So you would end up, so when you go to simplify this, why can't I, oops, sorry. Okay, when you go to simplify this, remember you would take that 10, that's your base, raise it to the -2 power. And then that equals 2x. Okay, and it would be 1/100 equals 2x. Then divide it by 2 or times it by half. And you get 1/200. X equals 1/200. So the 10 and the log will cancel each other out, okay? The equation, watch this, will become, okay, so hold on, let me take this. Let me show you. So when the base is 10, it'll look like this. 10 log to the 10th 2x equals 10 to the -2. Okay. And then that's why the 10s will cancel out and you're left with this little thing here. Okay. But it will, when logs are, when they have base of 10, that's when they cancel each other out. Okay. But if it's any other bases, it will not cancel out, only at base 10. So are we writing it in exponential form? You can if you need to solve for it. So like, let me find you one. So log. Okay. Simplify log 10, 100. Okay. So 10 to the what would equal 100, 10 to the 2, right? It would just be 10 to the second power. Oh, sorry. I just realized you couldn't see my screen. There we go. Moderators, let me know when they can't see it when I get off camera. Huh? Oh, it's delayed. Sorry. Okay. But yeah, to see that it cancels out, you would put it in exponential form. But that would just be, again, when the base is 10, it's going to cancel out. Did that help? I hope so. Let me know if you have any like questions with logs in your homework, because that'll help me better like show you if one of the problems you have does cancel out. Okay. I hope I helped somehow. Do you know? Of course I know how to do PEMDAS. Okay, Gabby, you have a question. I don't have Discord pulled up right now. Yes, go ahead. Put a log question in there for me so that that'll help me like better explain it. Gabby, tell me what the question is, okay? Say it again. No, did it pause?
Yes.
Shouldn't be paused. Is it back?
No, but it might be going.
Okay. How do you to determine if a function is positive or negative? Say it again. Did it come back? Is it pausing for you guys? Let me know. Okay. Okay, give me an example. How do you know if the leading coefficient? Oh, okay. So like, how would you know? So in the equation, like 8x plus. Like if they didn't tell you this was a -2, how would you know if it was going to be negative like that? Right. It just shows you a graph, right? So of a parabola, if it's smiling, it's positive. Okay. So if it's making a smiley face, it is positive. And if it's sad face, it is negative, right? So if the thing is down, it's positive. If it's up, it's negative. If it's a line, so let's say it's a line. When you're walking up the hill, why can't I get that? Okay. When you're walking up the hill, that is positive. When you're going down the hill, it is negative. Okay. So up, walking up, you're so excited to get to the top. And you know how, like, once you reach the top, you're like, oh man, now I got to go down. It's negative. Okay. So again, if it's a quadratic function, smiley face, yay. And sad face, no, negative. Okay. What other graphs did it have? Wait. The live is paused. Why does it keep pausing? Is it paused for y'all?
No.
Oh, okay. Offline said it paused. Maybe delayed. Okay. Offline, let me know if I got you back. And Gabby, also let me know if you heard everything I just said. Okay, cubics and weird quadratics. So like it's like hold on. It's like that. Okay, good. The live is paused for okay. Child, what's going on my live? Nah. Okay. Okay, hold on. Nobody's calling me or anything, so it shouldn't be pausing. That's weird. Hold on. Let me disconnect from my Wi-Fi. Maybe that'll help. Hey, Dean. Give me 1 second. I'm actually going to pause it right now, but give me 1 second. Maybe it's the Wi-Fi. Okay. There is actually a way to pause the live. I just don't remember how to. So I'm not doing it on purpose. Oh. Your live will freeze after you pause. In each live, you can pause up 3 times. Okay. So Am I still frozen for you guys, or can y'all see me? Josh, come over here real quick. I mean, moderator. Okay, yeah. For a cubic, how do I draw a cubic graph? It, like, the quadratic is like here, but a cubic is that like watch my screen. Okay. Like this. Look. Is it like that?
It makes sense.
Okay, you can see it now. All right, offline, are you getting graphs that look like that? Or you said weird, what'd you say? Weird quadratics.
Yeah. It probably like that.
So weird quadratics, and then also you said cubics, right? Okay, so how do you know if, I think it's the same thing. So it should start out with the like, no. Okay, give me a second. JMO. Your phone, where'd it go? Okay. Can y'all just look up real quick? How do you know when a graph is like a cubic graph is positive or negative? It's going to have a negative or positive coefficient, first coefficient, if the first thing is negative or positive. I'm pretty sure we're double checking real quick, but I'm going to say I'm pretty sure that when the first like loop is down, it's going to be a negative coefficient, and when it's up, it's a positive, but we're double checking that. It's been a while. Does the function even have a degree or hold on, let me see this. I see it now. Good. I'm glad you guys are back. All right. Does the function have even degree or odd degree? Oh, I thought you were asking me, is it positive or negative for the coefficient? All right. We'll come back to you. Treester and JMO, check that question. All right. Okay. So a positive, okay, I was right. Okay. So the start of the graph, so for the positive, first coefficient and a negative. So for the quadratic, like I said, smiley face up, sad face down, right? For the cubic, it's going to be wherever the graph starts. If it makes a W, no, it's not gonna look at like if it looks like this, right? Where that first part is making a smiley face. Okay, it starts with a smile. That's going to be positive. Okay, if the first part, this is how I like to do math. It helps me remember stuff. If the first part is a sad face, hold on a second. Okay, if the first part is a sad face, like this, okay, then it is a negative first coefficient. Okay, did that help, Gabby? Okay, cool. Y'all better put these answers. Oh, and I had a question from NFL. Log with a base of, and we'll come back, Gabby. Okay, can you guys look up the degree thing? Look at the comment. Okay, I'll come back with the odd degree. Don't worry, I didn't forget that, Gabby. Log with a base of 8. Wait. Give me that again, NFL. The base is that whole number? That doesn't look right. Are you saying this is the base? That does. Or actually, is it like this? Sorry. I think I get what you're saying now. 1, 5, 6. Let me move my screen over. 15625 equals x. Is this how it looks? Just let me know if that's what you mean. Okay, good. Okay, so that makes sense. Yes, thank you. Yay. Okay, okay, perfect, Gabby. All right, NFL, let me know if this is what the question looks like that you asked me. Okay. Okay. I'm so glad I was able to help, Gabby. Okay. There we go. I didn't mean to give myself likes. I was trying to see the message. Okay. Where's NFL? I just want to check this question, make sure that was accurate. Maybe. Okay. I think they might have left, so that's okay. All right, Dean, you're up next. Okay, so tell me, yes, I do, up to Precalc. So any questions you guys have, just put it in the Q&A box, okay? All right, so you wanted help with y equals mx plus b. Okay, Dean, tell me, there's several ways we can do this. So like, are they giving you 2 points and then you have to find the slope and the y-intercept and make an equation? Or are you looking at a graph first? Okay, so 2 lines. Okay, and you're finding the slope of each line. You're writing an equation for the line, correct? Okay, I got you. I got you now. Okay, would you got it? You can just talk.
So like it was a monomial, first degree, binomial, second degree, trinomial, third degree, and like don't know how many monomials it has.
Oh, so like if it's, hold on, we wanted to go back to Gabby's question. Does the function have an even degree or an odd degree? So it goes by, okay, thank you. You got it. Sorry, my moderators are assisting. Okay, thank you, moderators. They always come through. They're so good. All right, I can't figure this out. Sorry, y'all. For some reason, I can't see my eraser. All right, here we go. Okay, so you said when it's a monomial. Guys, where is it? Where is it again? The degree part. 1 term means 1 degree.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. So it just goes by the name. So a monomial, like 7, 5x, it's just 1 term, right? That is 1 degree. Okay. If it was a binomial, like x plus 7 or 5x minus y or 2x squared plus 3x, right? If it was a binomial, then it's 2 degrees, okay? Trinomial means 3 degrees, polynomial, 4 degrees or more, okay? So it really just goes by, it really just goes by how many terms there are, okay? So if there are, no, wait. It goes by, I'm sorry, it goes by how many, that's second, come here, boys, real quick. Sorry, I just saw something else. Okay. if it's, you see how this says degree 2? How this is, whatever the biggest degree is what it goes by.
When it's polynomial.
Oh, when it's polynomial.
Right.
But when it's monomial, it's just one.
That's when you add them together.
Okay. Y'all not making sense.
That's when you're finding a degree.
I know. They want to know if it's going to be even or odd.
Well, if it's a monomial, then we find the right adding this, that.
Oh. And so if it's a constant, it's just 0.
Yeah.
And then if it's a polynomial, what do? Go by the biggest one?
The biggest one, yes. And you add
2 and 1.
Yeah. Degree 3.
So what if it's a binomial?
A binomial. Oh, I think we're telling it.
Yes. So if it's this, you add these together.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's, so this, and then if you do this, it's 1, and this is 0.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it's polynomial, like this, sorry, y'all, give me 1 second. If it's polynomial, then it's what?
Well, then
the biggest term.
The biggest term, and you still add it like monomial.
But you don't add these.
Yeah. So you add everything. Like these one.
Oh, because it's
like,
1 plus 0?
Yeah, it's 2 plus 1. Yeah.
And that's just 1, and then that's 3.
Yeah.
Okay. But what about binomials like this?
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
I think, well,
is it the same thing? It would just be 2.
Yeah, 2. Yeah, so we're telling.
Okay, all right. So let's do that again, Gabby. All right. So let's clarify that. Okay. So for the degrees, I just want to make sure you got it right, Gabby. Okay. So for even degree, and I'm going to come back to you, Dean. Sorry, I just wanted to get this for her. When you have like 9x cubed and y to the 5th, okay? All right. You take the 2 exponents and you add them together, okay? So when you have 9x cubed y to the 5th, you take them together, and this will be called the 8th degree, okay? If it is negative 17x, so it's really looking at the exponents, right? This is, if there's nothing here, it's really raised to the first power. So this would be the 1st degree. All right. For this one, if it's just a constant, just a number, remember there's no x or y, no variable. So it's just 0 degree. So it just goes by the exponents. When you have a polynomial, so if there's more than one thing here, okay? So if it's like, tell me if you're understanding, Gabby. Let me know if you're still following along. So for the first few, you're doing, when it's just one term like this or 2 terms at the most, you just add them together, right? 1 term here, okay? Add them together, and that tells you the degree. Now, if you have, let me erase all this. If you have a polynomial like 8x cubed, come on. All right. If it's like 12x squared y minus 3x, you go by your biggest term, okay? So whatever the biggest thing is, so it has, you see it has the x squared, the biggest exponents, go by the biggest exponents, okay? This only has x and y, this has an x squared and y. So what you're gonna do is same as before. We have 2 here, 1 here, add them together. This would be the 3rd degree. Okay. When you have, let's say, 5x minus y, which one? Again, you would go with the first term, and it would be the first degree. Okay, because that's raised to the first power. Okay, and then for the last one, you would do 8x cubed minus 5x squared plus 2x minus 9. Okay, again, when you have all these terms, polynomials, you just take the first term. And this is raised to the third degree. Okay, so if it's just one term by itself, like if all you had was this, you didn't have the minus 3xy, you would just add them together. Okay, if all you had was 5x, it would just be 1, right? But if you have all this other stuff, you're just going to look at the biggest exponent, and that tells you your degree. Okay, that makes sense, Gabby? All right, I saw we got some questions coming in. All right, so Dean, and then can you do variables on both sides? Yes, I can, Lexi. All right, so let's start with, oh wait, that wasn't even Dean, but it's similar. So I'm gonna do Dean's, and then Lou, you'll see it's gonna be very similar because we're working with slopes, okay? So I'll come right back to you, don't worry. All right, so Dean asked me to do graphing. Okay. Let's make that white. And let's make it like that. And let's get a color in here like black. All right, I'm gonna tell you right now, my I'm gonna try my best to draw a line. It's probably not gonna look that great. Oh, look. Okay. Maybe I should talk about my lines. I mean, it's still crooked, but you know, it's much better than it looked last week. Okay, maybe I should just stop talking. All right. So here is your X and your Y axis. Here and here. You got your X. You have your Y. And then they want you to find out the equation of a line. Dean, are these lines crossing each other? Let me know. Guys, if you see a meme hub answer, please let me know. Okay. So we have 2 lines. Let me make this up. Wait. Okay. So this line might not be pretty, but I'm going to try my best to connect the dots. It's hard to draw on this thing. Sorry. Okay. So here's the kind of sort of line. And let's do another one. Did you say that the lines cross? Oh. Dean, I'm answering your question and you just got back. Okay, so Dean, let me know if the lines cross that you had to find the equation for. Okay. I'll make them cross for now. Two, 3, and 2. Okay. So now let's connect these dots. Again, Miss Moore cannot draw. Oh my gosh, that was awful. That was really bad, y'all. I don't know why they make me draw these things. Okay, there we go. And I'm just going to darken these dots so you can focus on the dots and not my awful lines. Okay, so here's where the dots are. So you can see they're supposed to be right on the lines. So hopefully you can see that it's right there and right here. Okay. They do cross. Perfect. All right. So B represents the y-intercept. Okay. So it's where y touches, where your dot is going to touch the y-axis. Okay. So we can see both of them touch the y-axis at the same spot. All right. So this point right here is 0, 0. That's your origin. So if we go up 1, 2, 3, okay, it is at 0, 3. So your y-intercept, your B for both of these is 3. Okay, now we just have to find the slope of the line. Now, if you were here when I was talking to Gabby, if you are going up, right, going up the hill, going up the mountain, we're happy, we're excited to get to the top, your slope is going to be positive. Okay, if you're going down the hill like that blue, your slope is going to be negative. So just look out for an M that's negative. Okay, so for slope, we're going to take 2 points. And this is going to help you right here. Little creative Lou. This is about to help you too. All right, so let's take 2 points. We have, I probably should have written this in. Actually, it might be easier to work with positive points. All right, so let's take these 2 points for blue. We have 2, 0 right here. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is your X, and 1, 2, 3. We have, well, we couldn't get rid of negatives. That's okay. And we have, I'm sorry, 4, negative 3. So here are your points. And we need to find the slope. Okay. So I'm answering both of your questions. So you just take 2 points of the line, and that's going to help you. You could take 2 points, or Dean, because you have a graph, you can just see, so it's rise over run, right? So how many times did you go over to get, so from here to get to these points, right? Start at this point, the 2, 0, and we went 2 to the right. The right is your X value. And we went 1, 2, 3 points down, okay? But the actual equation, just so that if you can't see it, M equals Y2 minus Y1 over X2 minus X1. So you're going to take these 2 points and subtract it, basically. Okay, so Y is first, negative 3 minus 0 over, you have 4 and 2. And guys, please pay attention. You cannot do 2 minus 4. If you use negative 3 first right here, when you go to subtract your X, you have to do it in the same order. That 4 has to go first. Okay, so negative 3 minus 0 is negative 3. 4 minus 2 is 2. So just like I said, your slope is going to be negative because blue is going down. It's going down the mountain. All right. So Y equals, so for blue, I'll write it in blue. Your line is Y equals, so remember our line is Y equals MX plus B. Our M is negative 3/2. And our B, we said, was 3. Okay, so that's the equation for blue. Okay, now let's do the same thing for pink. Just grab 2. So Dean, if you can see 2 dots on the pink line, I don't know if you're able to see it that well, but if you are, tell me the coordinates. Just give me 2 dots on the pink line. Now, so far, we do know that 3, your B is going to be 3 because that's where it touches the y-axis. So it intercepts right at y equals 3. But we need 2 points. So let me know what 2 points you're going to choose. And also let me know if you just can't see it, because I'll just choose 2 points too. All right. And while you do that, let me check to see if there's any other questions. All right, Lexi. Okay. Lou, did that help you out? Okay. -1, 1. Good. Right here. And you had 0, 3. Yep. So we have -1, 1, and 0, 3. Okay. So here's your x1. Here's x2. Here's y1. And here's the second y. All right. So again, it's y2 minus y1. So here's my y2. 3 minus 1. Okay. And again, start in the same order. 0 minus -1. And my double negatives turn into a positive. So it's really 0 plus 1, which is 1. And 3 minus 1 is 2. So your slope is 2. Okay. And so your slope of this line is 2. And we can see it's positive because you're going up that mountain. 2x plus 3. All right. So Dean, let me know if that helped you out, or like, where were you getting stuck with it? Or did you just want to practice it? I know you just like doing math. So either way, let me know if that helped. Okay. Practice. Okay. I got you. So little creative Lou, where'd that go? Write an equation that passes through. Anti-Bleach, can you put it in the Q&A box so I don't miss it? I just don't want to miss your questions. So, I wish there used to be a button where you can erase all, and they just changed everything. I didn't like this update. You don't like it? Okay. And let me change my background back to black. All right. So the equation is -3, -7, and 5, 9. Again, so when you're writing an equation, you need the slope, that m, and you need the y-intercept, b. And then when you have m, you replace m with that number. And when you have b, you replace b with that number. Okay. Well, how do I get m? The first thing you need to do is get m. Okay. Just like we just talked about. This is, let's label it. This is your first x, and this is your first x, and this is your first y. This is your second x, and this is your second y. Okay. So your m is going to be y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So let's start with the y. Your y2 is 9 minus y1 is -7. Your x2 is 5 minus -3. Okay. So 9 minus -7, you would do keep, change, right? You would, these double negatives are really positive, right? I'm not going to the movies means I'm going to the movies. So these double negatives are really a positive. Same thing down here. So 9 plus 7 is 16. 5 plus 3 is 8. And 16 divided by 8 is 2. Okay? So now we have our slope. Your m in this line is 2. Okay? So far, so good. All right. So now you take it and plug it into your equation. Y equals 2x plus b. We still need to find b. The way you're going to find b is by taking one of these x and y pairs, okay? Again, I like to stick to positive things. So I'm going to take this 5 and 9. So where it says y, I'm going to put 9. And where it says x, I'm going to put 5. Okay, so 2 times, why did I start writing crooked? That was weird. 2 times 5 is 10 plus b. And then to get rid of this 10 and solve for b, we're going to subtract. So we still, I tell you, I just can't get rid of these negatives, but that's okay. B equals -1. Okay, so your final, so we have m, we have b. Okay, now we're going to put it all together. So your final equation is y equals 2x minus 1. Can y'all see that? Yep. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so y equals 2x minus 1. I hope that helped you, little creative Lou. Okay. Lexi, here we go. Thank you for being so patient, Lexi. I saw my likes. You're so sweet. Okay. So multi-step equations is what I'm hearing you say. Okay. So if I have 3x minus 5 equals 2x plus 1. Okay. So we just have to split this equation. Okay. So we did something similar earlier, right? I want all of my x's on one side and I want all of my numbers on the other side. So let's take care of the x first. I like to choose between the bigger x and the smaller x. So I'm going to move the smaller x just because it's easier. Again, I don't have to deal with any negative x's. So to get rid of this 2x, this positive 2x, I'm going to do the opposite, minus 2x. Okay. Now that let me get rid of this 2x. Now, I also want to move this -5 to the other side. Okay, so to get rid of that -5, I'm going to add 5 to both sides. Okay, so we just did it all in one step. Some of your teachers might break it down into 2 different steps, but you know, it works. So 3x minus 2x is just 1x. And we know with 1x, we don't always write the 1 in front of it because 1 times x is x. And 1 plus 5 is 6. That came out pretty. All right. So that is that question. Okay. So let me do another one for you just with distributed property. Okay. So we have 2 times 3x minus 5 equals minus 2. Okay. So you have 2 options. This 2 outside the parentheses, side by side, we multiply. This 2 is side by side with the parentheses, so that is multiplication. You could get rid of this multiplication by dividing both sides by 2, That would be perfectly fine. Or you can just do the distributive property. It's up to you. So if we did the distributive property, it just says take this 2 outside the parentheses and multiply by everything in the parentheses. So 2 times 3x, 2 times 3 is 6. Bring that x on down. And 2 times -5 is -10. Okay, so now my left side looks like the right side. And we're going to do the same exact thing we did before. Let's move this 4x again because it's bigger. So I'm going to subtract 4x on both sides. And to move this -10 to the other side, I'm going to add 10. Okay, so this cancels out. And 6 minus 4 is 2. All right, -2 plus 10 is really 2 minus 10, which is 8. And now we divide by 2 to solve. And x equals, look how pretty that came out. I just made that up. And x equals 4. Okay, did that help you out, Lexi? I hope so. I hope it was helpful. Okay. I know I saw another question, but they might not still be here. Let's see. Hello, butterfly. How are you doing? All right, so anybody that's new here, if you have any math questions, put it in the chat. Did I miss anybody's question? Let me know. Okay, so when not put it in the chat, put it in the Q&A box. Okay, so guys, I need you to put your questions in the Q&A box so I don't miss it, okay? So just let me know. All right, so that was fun. So we did slope just now. We did, what was the other one? It does look pretty now, right? You are so welcome, Lexi. Hold on, I just needed to screenshot that. Okay. You are so welcome. I'm glad it could help. Okay. Ooh, we did a lot. We are bouncing around from like 8th grade math to algebra 2 to all the things. Algebra, butterfly, come on. 9 times 6. Well, there's a cute trick. You hold up 10 fingers and you put down, if it's 6, put down a 6. 54. 5 and the 4. Boom. There you go. All right. So that is your 9 times table. Y'all should play that 99 math game if you do struggle with your timetables. All right. Was there any other questions? Did I miss anything? Moderators, y'all good? Okay. Ooh, let me take a, man, we've been going straight for hour and 10 minutes. All right. Y'all done? No more questions for me? I'm here tonight if you need me. Okay. I'm pretty sure they left, but there was a pre-calc question, but I think they left. Oops. Sorry, y'all. Okay. Well, if there's no more questions, we're going to get out of here. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. I will be back next Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if you are not a part of my Discord. So if you don't want to wait a whole week to get math help and you want math help, let's say Wednesday you get to a homework question and you are not sure what to do, join my Discord because you can take a picture of your that homework question, post it in let's say you're in middle school, right? Algebra 2, post it in the Algebra 2 room or the pre-calc room, wherever it is, post it, and then I will come in either at that moment or at some point that day, and I will respond and show you how to solve it. Okay. So if you're not part of my Discord and you know there are times, maybe you're good at math, but then there are times where you're like, oh, I'm not sure what this question is, definitely sign up. You just click the link on my page and it'll say, join my Discord. So then I'll be able to help you out more throughout the week. And then also on Thursdays, I do another live like this for just my Discord members only. So we do it right there in Discord during with the voice chat, and you get to have a second live. So again, you can feel free to just come every Tuesday if you want, but these are just more options for you. Another live on Thursday, just Discord members only. And then right there in Discord every single day from Monday through Friday. If you have a math question, I go in there at some point throughout the day and answer your math questions for you. Okay. Yeah, sure. Thank you, mods. Okay. And just like Gabby just did, right? So she has a question. Again, it's easier for me to see the picture. So I'll go in after this to help her out. All right. So join the Discord. I love you all. I hope you guys enjoyed more math homework help. And I will either see you in my Discord or next Tuesday. Bye.